Hello guys, welcome back. So in this today's session we will see how to establish the remote connection using SSH authentication method, right? So for demonstration, right? So these things, this network which I have explained in the previous classes. If you didn't watch, please go back and watch those so that it will be easy for us to understand this particular, right, GNS3 simulator scenario, right? So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to consider this is my remote machine. So for that what we are going to do is we are going to establish the SSH configuration here so that we can access from either from my Kali Linux machine from or this switch 1 I can able to access this switch 2, then whatever the configuration I want to perform in the switch 2 without going in the switch 2 directly I can perform either from my switch 1 as well as the Kali Linux machine. So right, so let me configure first switch this one as switch 2, right? So let me configure first one, right? Fine. So it is booting, it will take some time. It is already open in my case. Fine, it is booting, right? So first let me do some initial configuration. Alright, so right, just go to configure terminal. Alright, so first we'll change the host name. That host name, let it be switch 2 is there, right? Fine, let it be switch 2, right? So now we are going to perform the SSH method here. So how to set the SSH method means, first what we will do is first we will create the IP address for this virtual IP address for this switch so that we can able to access the particular switch, right? So the IP address which is used to assign is 192.168.1.3 on VLAN 1 interface, right? So for that command is interface VLAN 1. So what is the IP address we are giving? 192.168.1.3, right? So subnet mask is class C network, so 255.255.255.0, right? So just I'm entering the no shutdown command, right? So once it is done, now next what we have to do is we need to make the domain, right? This is something like local domain, IP domain name. So if you want to give something whatever it may be, right, cisco.com, whatever it may be, right? So for this we need to give the username, let it be Cisco, whatever it may be username, then we need to give the password also Cisco. It means that actually we need to implement the authentication servers, right? So here how we are going to perform the authentication server. What is the meaning of authentication server means? So here we should have the database, right? In the database we need to show the username password records, right? So those who is going to access this particular switch or router, so we need to enter this username password, right? He will enter username and password, right? This should match it with this database, right? If it is matched with this database, then only we are performing the authentication with the switch or router, right? So generally we used to implement the AAA server something, but here for our demonstration we don't have any server. So for that we are creating the local database, right? So for that what we are creating means we are creating the username and password, right? Once it is done, now what we have to do is the same way what we have done for the, right, so telnet, the same thing I am going to do, right? Virtual terminals line VTY 0, right? So here what we are going to do means, so we are going to, right, so transport input, which method we are using? SSH. Then I told that, right, we have the local database, right? So for that we are giving local login. Method is, right, so login local is the authentication method. Once it is done, completed. Now what we have to do means, SSH means secure shell, right? So here we are going to generate the encryption algorithm. For that, so what we have to do means just crypto key generate RSA algorithm, right? So generate RSA algorithm, right? So if you enter RSA algorithm, it will ask for how many bits in the modulus we need to generate. Either it may be 512. So the more number of bits it is, more secure, right? So for example, if I give 1024, it will automatically generate the algorithm for us, right? So once it is done, just click on exit, right? If you want to see that, just click on show running configuration, you can see that, right? So these are the things I have given. See, these are the configuration. Now see that you can fine, see that here we have given something line VTY 0 by 4 input SSH method is there, right? So it is configured, right? So if we give, if we didn't give, right, so enable password Cisco something, right? So this is privilege executive mode password, right? This is not mandatory, right? So now what is the IP address, right? So 192.168.1.3, right? So what is the another switch IP address? 192.168.1.2, right? What I mean to say is this switch IP address, right? First we'll check whether there is a connectivity or not, right? So 1.2, right? Now see that sending 5 packets, right? So first it is checking the ARP packet, right? So due to ARP it is failing, then remaining 4 packets are success. At this time ARP is completed earlier itself, right? Now we have all 5 packets are success, right? Now this is the switch 2 configuration. Now what we'll try to do is we'll go from login from the switch 1. So we'll access the switch 2 so that here we can perform the configuration instead of going to the switch 2, right? So before going that, here for this link from here to here we are going to access, right? Means we are going to access from this one to this one, right? Remote login using SSH connection here we have done, right? So now what we are going to do is we'll go back to the switch 1, right? So this is switch 1, right? Just I'm opening the console, click on switch 1, right? So go to enable, right? So first we will verify the connectivity. What is that? Switch 2 IP address 1.3, right? Do we have connectivity? Yes, we have the connectivity. Now what we will do is, what is the method we have to use? SSH minus login. What is the name we have given? Username Cisco. Then what is the IP address? 192.168.1. What is the IP address of this switch 2? 1.3, right? Before entering this one, what we will do is just we will click on here, right? So first let me close this one. I don't require, this is my previous class things. Alright, so just me open this one, start capture. So this interface will be captured so that we can see using Wireshark network analyzer what is happening behind. Alright, let it be loading. Now see that it is running on the background. Now here we are in this switch, right? Switch 1, right? I'm trying to access the switch, right? Switch 2, right? Just click on this one, SSH minus L Cisco 192.168.1.3. Now see that it is asking for the password, right? What is the password we have said, right? That password we are entering, Cisco, right? So now again we have given this enable mode to that password, right? Enable, right? So those command we can see, right? So the common password I have given Cisco, right? So show running configuration. See, we are from switch 1, but here what is the interface we are getting? The interface is not switch 1. The interface we are getting is the switch 2 interface, right? Let's see that we can see the every configuration of the switch 2 from the switch 1. So here we can perform whatever the things we can able to perform from the switch 1 itself, right? So let's see, we are into the switch 2, it means, but actually where we are in the switch 1, but we have connected to the switch 2. Now see that in earlier class we have explained what is the disadvantage or limitation with the telnet method, right? Telnet method. Now see that what is happening, can we able to read the data or not, right? So for that just open the packet trace analyzer. So just here search the packet with TCP, just click on enter. So these are the packet streams, just click on any packet and click on follow, then click on TCP string. Now see that whatever you are entering, everything will be in the encrypted format. You cannot able to decrypt that one because we have generated RSA algorithm. So this is the most secured way in order to access the remote system by using the SSH protocol, right? So the limitation of the telnet is that everything will be in the plain text format. So you can read each and every information that we are configuring, sending through that particular interface. But in case of secure shell protocol, this is not possible, right? Thank you.